Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast. My name is Jeff. I'm tired because I had to get up at 6 a.m. and I might go to bed.
Halfway through the
With you
podcast.
is Rory, who is also tired because I was at work all day and I haven't gotten like a lot of sleep all week. So get ready for a fucking tired cast.
The tired cast?
And,
That sounds...
and I'm Josh. I'm Josh, and I'm just going to be chewing on jubes and maybe shitting myself later.
Wait, why are you going to be shitting yourself?
Because jubes.
They give him diarrhea.
Why are you eating them?
Because they're so good.
Guys, I just found out Telltale Games is closing down. I'm slightly upset, but I really don't care.
I'm not really. Like,
I mean,
I'm sad I won't get a Tales from the Borderlands 2, but I didn't really care about anything else they made ever.
I just think that like it sucks for the people who work there, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean from that point, but I feel like the Telltale has enough of a pedigree that they'll probably be able to find work elsewhere.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is that like this has been writing on the walls since like what was it? The
Did they ever
Walking
update
Dead.
their fucking engine?
No.
I think they tried to, and it still sucked. Like I don't know what the fuck was wrong with their programmers.
God, what a fall from grace! They were like
It's
so
like-
popular when for Walking Dead 1, and then just
It's like holy I was gonna say like holy shit! Like how could you not fix the one thing that was most important with your fucking shitty video game? Like wow,
they kind of became a parody of themselves.
It did.
practically.
The same fucking thing over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. I think they actually did a... Okay, well, I actually like... Yeah, they did actually make the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
They were the perfect example of the definition of insanity. And I'm sorry, but like, I don't like adventure games.
But I mean, it did have a different result.
Oh, yeah.
People started seeing through the veneer and stopped buying their games.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, there's only so many times you can be like, oh, well, if I do this, this is going to happen. If I do this, this is going to happen. Or, like, this choice doesn't matter because I've made, like, 90 different choices that are exactly like this one over the course of playing these games. Turns out you can't really convince people that their choices matter when, like, you have a history of their choices not fucking mattering.
Pretty much, because you have to lead them to the like almost the same exit as everyone else.
Well, it's the
which is kind of
it's the triangle problem.
Yeah,
where it's like,
or it's even Mass Effect had that same problem almost.
But Mass Effect did it well.
Triangle problem.
So basically,
actually, yeah, explain.
So basically, the way it works is that Mass Effect. So I'll explain it in Mass Effect terms and stuff like that. So Mass Effect 1, you start out and stuff like that, and you're going towards the widest point. Okay, so you start out, all your choices kind of matter and stuff like that. So you're going out to the widest point and stuff like that. Mass Effect 2 happens. Okay, now you're actually close to the widest point. So then you go to that widest point and you get to the end, and it's like, okay, I had X person die, X, Y person die, and Z person die. Okay? Mm-hmm. Then you get to the end of Mass Effect 3, and the devs can't really make it so that like all of these choices really matter, so they have to confine things towards the end.
Well, they could have. It just would have taken a lot of work.
It would have taken them 6 years.
Yeah, and that's where, and I mean, like, not every choice is going to matter towards the ending of the entire fucking game.
I mean,
like, rando side quests from Mass Effect 1 should not affect the ending.
Yeah.
Because it's just, It's just
I mean,
some guy who ordered like a thing from you.
Yeah, or they should be like, they pop up randomly through the generations. That'd be great and funny, depending on what it is. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, that, like, if because I petted a dog in the first game, and then I jumped to the last game, and it turns out, oh, because you petted that dog, you killed the boss. Like, that makes no fucking sense. Like, that shouldn't happen.
It's more from the perspective of like the game designer saying, well, okay, so we could make all the like choices you made in the first game matter for like the third game, but that would just mean that we'd have to make way the fuck more content, because like if your choices, if you want your choices to have a difference, then you're going to have different content for different people, which means that players aren't going to see all the content on a casual playthrough. So why bother to make it? Like, making game content is expensive.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I personally, my opinion and stuff like that is Mass Effect 3 got very damn close and stuff like that. Like, you have Rachni in Mass Effect 3. I don't think the Rachni were ever in Mass Effect 2, but they were mentioned.
I thought he had a mission in 2.
It was really just the ending that people had a problem with.
It was. The ending was the worst part, but you know what? Like, you could...
The adventure to get there was the same as the rest of it. The same as the rest of the series.
Here's the thing that makes me like actually like the ending more and stuff like that is indoctrination theory.
Yeah, but indoctrination theory was disproven.
Yeah, but you know what? They should have just...
They brought the extended ending out.
Yeah, they should have just made indoctrination theory very clean and stuff like that.
I don't think just jumping on to like because like people just came up with indoctrination theory like after like the terrible end and be like, oh, this could have happened. And if they jumped on that, sure, it would have made like some fans happy, but it also would have been super fucking lame.
I mean,
you had your fan base make your fucking ending for you because you did a shit job.
I mean, did you
Plus,
George
I'm
Lucas?
Sure there's like at least,
George Lucas.
yeah, Star Wars. No,
I mean, George Lucas made better movies than the fucking most recent one. Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
I mean,
I won't get into that again.
I mean, did he ever really direct one? Anyways, moving on. No, what I mean by that is, like, Mass Effect 3, and actually playing the ending and stuff like that. Like, I always heard that Mass Effect 3 had a terrible ending, so I literally got up to the ending and I just stopped. I put the controller down and I never touched the game for like 3 years.
Okay, but that's just as bad an ending.
Yeah.
I still don't know. I looked up the endings because I was...
How is that a solution in any way?
Yeah, but my personal opinion on Mass Effect 3 and stuff like that is that like the ending was an ending and stuff like that, and it followed the Star Wars model where it's like Return of the Jedi was the weakest Star Wars movie. Mass Effect 3 is the weakest
of the original trilogy. Let's just throw that fucking asterisk on there because there has been some real shit.
Okay, so you would say Andromeda's better than Mass Effect 3?
No, I'm not talking about Mass Effect. I'm talking about Star Wars.
Okay. I thought we were...
You said Return of the Jedi was the weakest Star Wars movie.
Of the original trilogy.
But there's weaker. I'm just going to throw that out there.
He's odd.
I mean, we're not talking about
I don't even know anyone who gives a fuck about Andromeda. Who cares?
I mean, I almost bought it for $10.
I mean, that's
actually that would be not bad for $10.
I mean, I was debating about buying it for $10, live streaming it on Twitch, and then like as like I got progressively more and more annoyed, just start like randomly attacking people and like a certain Facebook group and be like, how did somebody make this and let it get out? What the fuck?
I mean, honestly, I never really gave that much of a fuck about Mass Effect.
I mean,
like, it just never like came up big on my radar when I was like a kid back when like the first one came out. I don't think I was allowed. My parents allowed me to play fucking mature games when Mass Effect 1 came out.
So
my parents never gave a shit
here.
So
yeah, I mean, so I occasionally got to play. I got to play mature games when my parents stopped giving a fuck, and I was allowed to rent my own video games from Blockbuster. Yes. That was the time.
So
yeah.
So all I'm hearing is Rory has to play Mass Effect. Every Mass Effect.
No, like, dude, what fucking got me as a kid was Dragon Age Origins.
Okay.
Look how I got fucked. Like, people bitching about Mass Effect. At least you had 2 good games.
I mean,
Jesus.
Inquisition was Game of the Year.
Inquisition was boring. There, I fucking said it. I played that game for like 50, 60 hours, and I was bored most of the time. Making that game open world was a huge fucking disservice.
Okay, so Rory.
Also, they carried over the boring ass fucking mages and Templars. Oh, it's an allegory for real world problems from Dragon Age 2, and I don't give a fuck about that. I'm in a ranty mood today.
I mean, Mass Effect. I mean, here's the thing about Mass Effect and stuff like that. So, like, I got a story about Mass Effect. I never actually liked Mass Effect 1.
Okay.
And the only reason why it actually got me, I actually like put the controller down, stopped playing, and stuff like that. I was like, this game sucks. I had to so one day, like, my internet went out completely and was gone out for like a week. So instead of playing like Halo campaigns again and stuff like that, I just popped in Mass Effect. I was like, fuck it. Played it and immediately fell in love with the game, loved every second of it, and just mainlined the story. And
Sounds aight.
And then literally
wasn't the fucking biggest the thing that put Mass Effect 1 on the map is that it was like it had sex scenes in it, and they caused a fucking moral panic.
Oh yeah.
Those were the days.
God, the moral panic was so nothing because.
Can you imagine if the first game to have like just like mainstream game to have sex scenes in it was like fucking Ride to Hell Retribution?
Oh my god.
Can you imagine what kind of gaming world we would live in if that was the case?
God, that would be. I can't even imagine.
Could you imagine if that game was a moral panic?
Jesus.
That would be
it was.
Are we living in a dictatorship at that point? Is that why?
Maybe.
Like a game so shitty that was a moral panic. It's like man. Oh boy.
I just,
No, I don't think unpopular games can become moral panics.
No. The reason
it
why
has to be the popular one.
Yeah, the reason why Mass Effect did so well was because it was like it was just like the right amount. The gameplay was janky enough to the point of where like you could actually like enjoy it. And then like everything about it, like you had infinite ammo on most of your guns. You just had to like recharge the weapons and stuff like that. So everything about Mass Effect 1 is like janky gameplay, headshots don't matter, covers kind of like a bitch, really cool abilities, and like it's like a good game and stuff like that. And then,
Actually, I did play like a smidgen of Mass Effect 1, and I remember I think I played Vanguard or something.
You would just charge in,
and like I was looking at like the biotic powers, and it measures like what the powers do in newtons, and I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to know what that means from the description?
Well, bigger number means better. I gotta go.
Yeah, I know, but like, what's the relative?
I don't know.
Like, I could buy into this power that pushes people for 300 newtons, but I'm like, how much that like? Can I not push big things with that? Can I push big things with that? How big do they have to be before it stops working? What the fuck does this ability do? I love that old game jank.
Yeah. But anyways, Mass Effect 1 was like a really good game with story and stuff like that. So that was the thing that actually like drawed me in and played it and stuff like that. So like I was a massive Mass Effect 1 fan, and then literally like the ending of Mass Effect 1 is probably the most anticlimactic thing that I've ever had happen in a game, because literally you're like raiding the Citadel and stuff like that. You're going through with Garrus. So you're like, oh yeah, Garrus and Rex, both my best friends and stuff like that. And then literally what ends up happening is like your best, like the only winning strategy for the final boss, which is Saren, because the entire game is like leading up to, we have to kill Saren, is Saren fucking running around like a fucking, jumping around like a fucking crazy man and whining. Anyways, I have to go open the door.
Okay, you go open the door.
You do that.
So yeah, that was Telltale Games. That was our first topic.
Yep, that was Telltale. Whatever, they're dead.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't stay competitive in the industry, especially when you had such a strong start, it's
Oh, fucking like
it's their
the
own damn
one
fault.
thing. I was gonna say it's like the one thing you could have fixed was your programming, and you fucked that up somehow, which is impressive.
It took a while too.
Yeah, like holy
you
shit,
had plenty of time to fix this problem.
plenty of time. It's like they must have been counting their bills over and over and keep forgetting.
Yeah, just counting all their bills as they slowly disappear.
Yeah, exactly.
They were bad at
And they're
programming.
like-
they couldn't count very well.
No, they couldn't. Like, God. Anyway, you wanna? You know, I've been. I should wait. Hold on. So you
What?
got. I robbed everyone.
Are you looking at topics?
I am. I'm trying to
Okay.
pick like you want to either want to talk about a video game I've been just playing, And I
Sure,
think
go
it's-
ahead.
because the game I've just been
the
playing is
distance
called
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Distance. I want to say this game has been in the making since like mid 2000s, because I remember playing something very similar to this. High school. I want to say high school.
It's just called Distance.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
Okay.
I could probably post a link. Yeah, so basically it's just one of those, like, you're in a fast car, you're going down these tracks, kind of like Hot Wheels tracks, you know, go up and down, left, right, all over the place.
Are you talking about Trackmania?
No,
No,
I'm just talking
I'm
about
talking-
Distance.
Oh,
Distance.
I'm looking this up on Steam right now.
I think I almost bought that game like 5 times.
It's really good. The thing about the game though is that there's a lot of, like, you have very basic. It's one of those again one of those games of your basic mechanics is just to drive fast and drive fast as hard as you can.
Mm-hmm.
But then the game starts throwing shit at you. It's like, oh no, you have to wall ride. It's like, okay, so your car can stick to surfaces.
This seems like a game that like has decided that its core mechanic is like a very small set of like tools, and just presents you with challenges that push those tools to their absolute limits.
Oh yeah,
I love
totally.
sort of like mastery of a single element games like that, because you can usually have a decent amount of fun with them.
Oh yeah. In fact, there's a pretty big, looks like a pretty decent fan service for it, for making new levels and stuff like that.
I would imagine.
Oh yeah, and also there's a story mode that I'm currently playing through that I think I'm halfway, which is like 2-3 hours, so it's kind of short. And so like the main gameplay is you're a fast car, you're driving fast, and you're trying to stick on the road and try to, as you're boosting through these gates, you're cooling down your engine and you keep boosting and you keep going faster and faster. And the story kind of unfolds of like, why are you this car? Why are you driving in space? Why does the scenery turn red sometimes?
You're the car?
Yeah, you're the car.
Okay. Wait, did you get downloaded into a car?
I don't know.
All right. Report back. Play the game. Report back. Why are you a car?
Apparently you're in
that car
space.
just got fucked by lasers.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's another thing about the game. If more than 50% of your car survives, you keep driving.
Oh god. Yeah.
So it's kind of rad. It's because you see your car just like in half, but you keep going and it regenerates.
That's sick. that sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
It's a super cool game. Now there is one or two gameplay mechanics I run into that are a little tricky, but I think if you're competent enough, you can pull it off and keep going.
So this is like laser focused in on a certain style of gameplay. I imagine it would be very focused on like honing your skills with those mechanics down to a fucking razor point.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Although like I said, I think this game's super super short. Like it's going to be roughly 6 hours, I think, because I've been playing for what's my timer?
6 hours?
I think it's 6 hours because it feels.
That's a lot for a game like this.
Or hold on, I gotta look up what my timer is. Oh no, wait, hold on, it's way shorter than I thought because I keep. It says here 30.
Exceptionally long. That seems like a crazy long campaign for a game like this.
Sorry, yeah, like so. It says here 36 minutes, so it feels like I'm halfway.
Wait, you confuse 6 hours for 36 minutes?
A little bit.
Jesus, Josh.
The only thing that's in the game that's making me feel like it's going to be longer than it's supposed to, because there's a kind of a story going on in the background as you're going through these levels, and weird shit is happening. In fact, the first time the weird shit happens, it's really fucking cool. Like you think your game is broken cool.
All right.
So it's pretty rad. Like I like that. I really did, because I literally thought, oh no.
Well, I guess I gotta restart my computer. Oh no. So it just fucks with you like Silent Hill style.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's just like you think it's broken, but it's not, and it's like, oh. See, this is like a cool thing that like I kind of wish more games did, but I'm like, no, because you probably won't do it properly. Of like, you think it's broken, but it's like, nah, bro, it's fine.
All right, cool.
But yeah, like I so far like it a lot. I had as for campaign, I don't know. I feel like I'm halfway through, but I bet there's probably more to it.
Yeah, you did make it seem like there was a big mystery.
Yeah, like especially when I got to that point I was just talking about. It's like, okay, there's more to it here, and there's a lot more like stuff going on. So it's like I gotta keep playing it.
That sounds all right.
Yeah, this is one of those indie games you look at and go, "This is so cool."
This is like I added it a long time ago to my stupid wish list of hell, which is filled with games that will never be bought or played. I mean, yeah. So yeah, the wish list of hell, it's on there, so I'll probably buy it on your recommendation.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Does the wish list of hell actually get bought all that often?
Mostly by Steam sales.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I still want to play through all of the Metro games. And I do want to.
Jesus, yeah.
And I still want to get like Shadow Warriors 1 and 2, so I can play through both of those.
Those are quite good.
And I still have to play through Mankind. Deus Ex Mankind.
Yeah, hey, look at that fucking segue!
Oh, Thumper. I forgot about that one. I have to play through that one too.
Holy shit, is that a fucking... Yeah, okay. I've been playing Mankind Divided.
That was unintentional, by the way.
That's bullshit.
No, it was
No way you're that
I was
stupid.
actually like, I did think. I was like,
So why didn't you start with Human Revolution then?
I do have Human
I
Revolution.
know you haven't... Oh, you've played Human Revolution?
I
Okay.
do have Human Revolution. I have like so many games I want to play though, and it's like
Human Resolution.
I mean,
Fucking look at this computer Tecmo man. I need to talk about my 1080p's. Yeah, no, Mankind Divided is pretty dope. I know there was a lot of controversy surrounding its launch because of the augment your pre-order bullshit, and I think there was also just like a fucking game-breaking progress blocking bug that I'm sure, I think either just full stopped you from progressing or fucking bricked your save. But that has been sorted out, and the pre-order shit doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, I think you would still buy Praxis kits, but you definitely don't need to, considering... okay, so the starting area in that town is Prague.
yep.
And...
It's always
I
Prague.
robbed literally every fucking square inch of like area in Prague. I broke into every apartment I could find. I robbed everybody absolutely fucking blind before I even touched progressing the main plot line. Like, I had robbed almost the entirety of Prague before I made Jensen show up for work. It was fucking fantastic. I showed up for work with like a 25 stack of neuropazine and 50,000 credits. It was I just fucking robbed everything.
I like to think you're like that guy who's wearing all of his clothing on the plane just so he doesn't have to pay the luggage, pay the luggage bill
Like
at all.
people are talking to me to give me side quests, and I'm just robbing their apartment mid-sentence. It's fucking great. Like I've just made Jensen a fucking like.
I'll see how I can help. Is he like
artistically
opening up a stupid luggage case?
Yeah, no, like people are talking to me, and I'm like cracking their safe.
You're a dick.
It's great. No, no, you don't understand. Like, oh man, like the moment they're like, oh man, there's this like really secure bank, and I'm like, oh, secure, you say, and immediately went in to rob it.
Of course. Did you go sneaky deaky like, or Guns N' Roses?
Oh yeah,
like?
oh yeah. I'm also going non-lethal. I'm not here to hurt anyone. Just take all their stuff. I'm in it for the money.
That's like true professionals.
Yeah, I'm just here to. I also am like pathologically completionist about knocking out every single person who could be alarmed. So like, even if I've snuck past them and there's no reason to go get them, I will sneak up on them and punch them in the face and then steal their wallet. That's mostly why I do it. That is mostly why I do it.
I'm so sorry. I just need your $50 in your wallet. Thank you.
Sorry, this is mine now.
What else is in this wallet? Why do you have a Pokemon card in here? Weird.
Oh shit, there's like a room full of 50 guards. I'm just going to throw this cardboard box against the wall and lure them over here one by one and just punch them out behind a bookcase.
It's like the Hitman, one of the Hitman games. You just put all the dead bodies in a big pile.
Yeah.
Dude,
ever since stealth games have existed, the what was that body pile has never not been a thing.
Oh, frick. You hide in the body pile.
I feel like
the fuck?
The first what was that body pile was completely by accident. Like a dude like knocked out or killed a dude, then someone was like, "Oh, what was that noise?" And then he knocked out that dude, and then, "Oh, what was that noise?" And it just like built up from there. But now it's become an exploitable tactic.
Man.
I love stealth games. I love cheesing the fuck out of stealth games. Is what I mean.
Well, the funny thing is with design of a stealth game is that you have to make the AI dumb. If you make them smart, there's no way you can get around them.
I mean,
yeah.
Rory, I would love to see your opinion on Metal Gear.
Metal Gear? I like Metal Gear.
Yeah, I like Metal Gear too.
I like Metal Gear a lot. I mean, I love Metal Gear for like the gameplay because it's very unique in that. But really, I love fucking Metal Gear for its like fucking cracked out plots.
Oh God. Yeah.
And the characters. Ocelot the best.
Ocelot is best villain. And hero.
Best hero.
I mean,
best anti-hero.
And yes, for those of you keeping track at home, this makes Ocelot a quintuple agent. He betrays everyone, even himself.
Well, wait, how does he betray himself?
He overwrites his own memories with Liquid's personality.
All right.
But he basically indoctrinates himself into being someone else.
Oh right, he does do that.
He does. Do
yeah.
that.
I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 5.
And
That's
then when
another
you punch
game.
him in the face, he turns more and more into Ocelot. It's beautiful.
Well, isn't it weird? No, but it's like he has like split personality, but he forced himself to have that or some shit.
Yes. No. Well, okay. So like, he overwrote his personality with Liquid's personality because of reasons. But it was all according to his master plan. Hence why in Metal Gear Solid 4 he was Liquid Ocelot.
So goddamn weird.
Yes, because Kojima's the best and deserved better than Konami.
Does Metal Gear 4 ever? Did Metal Gear 4 ever get achievements in that game? I don't think they ever did.
Achievements? Who the fuck cares? I don't know. Maybe.
I mean,
because I remember completing the game and it gave me such like this cool logo that I was like, okay, this feels like it's meant for achievements. I don't think they ever updated for achievements.
I mean, I don't know when it came out relative to achievements. I know it was a PS4 game, and I don't think PS4 had achievements or trophies
PS3.
right away. PS3, yeah, sorry. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I think it's before they start adding achievements.
So I gotta ask this question: did either of you guys ever do the modeling thing?
What do you mean modeling thing?
Well,
Like,
there's an Easter egg in Metal Gear where if you go like if you know how like all the bosses are women, right?
You can check out their bios and shit.
Yeah, and then what you can also do is like if you get them down to a certain time frame, it will literally put them into like a gallery or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you just oogle their hot bodies and move the model around so you can see their boobs jiggle.
Kojima likes titties.
I mean,
it's okay.
I still have to play Metal Gear 5, but whatever.
Metal Gear 5 doesn't really have any of the crazy... I mean, it does have, like, some crazy plot stuff, but it's very few and far between.
I kind of realized that I would never actually play.
It's more about the gameplay. The gameplay is very good. It feels real good.
So I kind of realized, like, very early on, like, I would never actually play Metal Gear, like, the series and stuff like that.
Why the fuck not?
Because, like, the reason why you would want to play them is because of the story, right?
I mean,
yeah.
I'd say that's definitely one of the reasons. They've also always had rock solid gameplay.
Okay.
Even if 4 didn't let you use it all that often.
I mean, so maybe what we should do is we should do a Metal Gear stream.
Yeah, just
be
all the
prepared
Metal Gears in a marathon. No sleeping. You can do that.
All of them all at once.
I think I could get through one. Maybe 2.
I was going to say, good luck going through Metal Gear, the first Metal Gear, because the controls in that, a little off.
I think that's the one that we would have to do.
Metal Gear Solid 3 is the apex, though, I think.
I mean...
That's my favorite.
I mean, it has the
Snake
boss.
Eater, I think Snake Eater... Yeah, I think Snake Eater is probably the best Metal Gear because it's just ripping off fucking so much. It's just ripping off like James Bond.
You can beat one of the bosses by quitting the game and putting your console's clock forward 3 days.
Oh, I thought it was like 2 weeks.
Maybe it might have been 2 weeks. I can't remember the actual date, but it's like, there's like a. Have you heard about this, Jeff?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think we might have discussed it on this podcast before.
I actually watched Metal Gear Scanlan because I was like, man, I want to watch. I want to learn a little about this crazy, stupid game. Watched it and was like, this game's fucking insane. I kind of want to play it.
It's pretty absurd.
It strikes a perfect balance between the absurd and the fucking heart-wrenching. It's it's the best.
Although I never want to play 4 in my life because I think that game. Waiting.
Actually, Yakuza sort of does the same thing. Like the Yakuza series, between incredibly serious drama and just like, whoa, you won a bowling tournament. Now you won this chicken, and this chicken can manage your real estate company for you. And it's good at it.
Fucking love you, McNuggets.
It hurts to
McNuggets,
laugh.
I don't know how. McNuggets, I don't know how I can do this without you. Thank you.
McNuggets,
You're an important part of this company.
Freaking, go back to Snake Eater for a second. For the sniper fight against, what's his name?
The End.
Yeah, the End. Did you know that you can actually kill him before the fight?
Yes.
Because apparently they wheel him out and they're wheeling him back in the house. But if you're fast enough, you could just shoot the shit out of him.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that's impressive.
That's some good thinking there, Kojima.
Obscure specifics, always a big plus.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was Mankind Divided. You liked it? It was fun.
We are real bad at staying on topic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Black Mind ways.
As long as we're talking about games, we're technically not false advertising.
I mean,
exactly.
We could talk about NVIDIA GPUs.
Oh boy, hardware stuff. I'm gonna go take a nap. Bye.
Okay.
Yep.
It will be quick, I promise.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so NVIDIA released their new GPUs. So basically what it appears like they're doing is they're shifting everything down. So the 1080 will get 1080 Ti performance, or the 2080 will get 1080 Ti performance, the 2080 Ti will get higher performance than that, closer to a Titan V, and then they're also getting, I think the 2070 is probably going to get 1080 performance. There has been no benchmarks on that whatsoever. So yeah, new GPUs came out. It's basically a rebadge, and it's not worth it at all. You would probably be better off right now getting a 1080 or a 1080 Ti. They're just better values.
Sounds good.
Told you it'd be quick. I mean, the big thing that they're pushing for this entire generation and stuff like that of graphics cards and stuff like that is ray tracing, but it feels like it's a kind of like a half-baked idea, and NVIDIA is kind of being like Apple right now, where they're like, well, we're not going to let you overclock your GPU.
Need this thing.
We're not going to let you overclock your GPU. Okay, why? Well, we think that our system's far better. Oh, okay, that's stupid, but okay.
And we took out the headphone jack because, no one uses it.
No, they added in a
headphone jack.
They added in a Type-C port that nobody will use. Dead serious.
Just God.
Didn't Apple, like, after they did, like, the wireless earbuds, didn't they release, like, a wire to hold onto it so you didn't lose them?
No.
As, like, another accessory?
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that happened.
They might have. Apple does stupid things,
People were
though.
like, why?
Dear Apple.
Is this the Apple
stop.
bitching section now? Because I'm totally up for that.
I mean, we could bitch about how Apple decided that it was a good idea in order to release 3 new phones, and there's $800, I think, is their cheapest one.
Okay, of course there is.
Jesus.
Of course it is.
Aren't they steadily
phones aren't
increasing in price
supposed to
over
be
time?
cheap. Well, yeah, I mean, that's how inflation works. Turns out Apple has always been overpriced garbage. Now it
Turns out,
just looks even more like overpriced garbage.
I mean, I would get one for my mom, and I would get an iPad for my dad. But I would not, like, recommend them a phone. Like, if they wanted it, like, which they probably do. Like, my dad's like he's like, oh, I should get an iPhone X. I'm like, do you listen to music? Oh, a little bit. Do you enjoy opening your phone with your finger? Yes. Okay, don't get an X. Go.
Yeah, like, shit already does that.
Yeah. It's like, he got fucking screwed because he had the best iPhone. He had an iPhone 6 and stuff like that. And it died literally. It couldn't hold a charge anymore.
Yeah.
And then, I think 3 weeks later, it came out that Apple was slowing down the phones intentionally because their battery tech was bad.
Yep.
Yep.
Not surprising.
A week after my phone died, it actually, that was about a week later, my phone died too. So it was, hilarious.
And I'm sitting here with my Android going, oh, that sucks with your problem.
Oh,
so
man, I can replace the battery. It's so great.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got my super cheap, weird Asus phone that got recalled.
Wait, what?
Unclear. I don't think it got actually recalled, but I got this thing called Asus Zenfone a couple years back, and I basically got it super cheap because there was something wrong with it, or there's something weird with it. It works fine, but since one of my buddies' dads is big into that sort of tech and that sort of market stuff regarding tech, he was like, yo, fucking get this. It's a really nice phone for really fucking cheap right now. And I'm like, all right, cool, dope. So I got it for less than $100, and it was a top of the line Android when I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still good. I mean, the battery's getting a little low, but it ain't anything as bad as my old iPhone. So, hey.
I just think back to my old Optimus phone that I had.
Do you remember the phone I had when I started going to Nate?
Oh, the flip phone?
No, I never had. No. It was the sliding keyboard one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, everyone
No, I
else
was
is
like,
walking around me with smartphones, and I have oh, look at my sideways sliding keyboard.
That was the
guys.
one piece of solace I could always take, is that my phone would always be better than Rory's. Never anymore. He would make fun of me.
I don't. Okay, I don't blame you for that. I was a real dick to you like the first year I knew you.
Yeah, you were. It's not the worst thing in the world.
To be fair, I'm still like with that sliding phone.
Well, okay,
it was just kind of a flashback back to high school.
In my yeah, okay, it was like it was old when I fucking got it, and it only got old. Well, I mean, of course, it only got older as fucking time went on.
I mean, how many times have you replaced that phone, Rory?
What the old like the sliding brick one?
How many times?
I got like twice.
Twice?
And including my current one, yeah.
Okay, so. And you had that phone for how many years?
I don't fucking remember.
So a long ass time, we'll say.
It was my second phone.
Okay.
Ever.
I would think I went through more phones than you have in like the same period of time.
Probably.
I'm pretty confident in that fact.
Yeah, I would wager money on it. In fact, that you're right about that.
Rory's smarter than me. There, I'm saying it.
Man, you are just willing to like roll over and die at the drop of a hat, aren't you?
Kinda.
Fucking swing back, pansy. It's no fun for me if you just play dead.
No, he's like a red panda. You ever seen a red panda get startled? They just roll over and say, "I'm cooked. I'm cooked. Eat me."
Lately, I've just chosen death over like actually fighting. It's worked out quite well. I'll have people come in and be like, I want to talk to somebody, and then they'll get very agitated, and I'm like, here's the tech, go yell at him. I'm walking away.
You should just hit him with like really depressing shit. Just like, can I get this new phone? I don't know. Will it bring back my dead family? I mean, you can, but it won't stop the inevitable heat death of the universe. You'll eventually die of cancer. Just hit him with the real shit at every opportunity.
I did that.
Make sure it darkens everyone's day just a little bit.
I did that for a shift. It didn't go well.
I imagine you'd probably get fucking chewed out.
They were like, my boss sat there and says, you know, we're supposed to sell stuff, right? I'm like, yes. So why are you not selling stuff and intend being very melodramatic? I don't know why.
Because nothing matters. You should have just doubled down when you were talking to your boss.
I really didn't want to.
Yeah, okay. Fine.
All
right, what's the next topic?
Could talk about how Linux is fucked.
How is it fucked?
How is Linux fucked?
They made a code of conduct.
Oh, okay.
And what, they said that racist shit can fly or something?
No, they said racist shit can't fly. And it basically...
like anyone who uses Linux is going to get screened for like the words they type into the internet and banned from Linux?
Basically, like the fear is like somebody will get like fucking destroyed because they... like their contributions to the platform will actually get destroyed. Linus Torvald, the creator of Linux, actually took a break, which is like hilarious to me because it's like, man, Linus Torvald seems like a guy who really shouldn't get a break or anything. And then people start going off on him. So yeah, Linux is kind of like, I'm going to be honest here. If you're using Linux, I don't care.
Yeah, like I don't. Wait, what are the what terms? Like, so it's like what, a code of conduct for what, the company itself?
It's a code of conduct basically saying like people like what you can and cannot do if you're contributing to the platform.
Oh, like submitting code for it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if people don't want your help, you can't force them to accept it. And if by the caliber by which they judge whether or not they want your help is your political opinions, then that's their fucking loss. I doubt it's going to kill Linux, but as someone who doesn't use Linux, I will continue to not care about Linux in general.
I just think that the only reason why this is a big deal is because it's like the Linux community is supposed to be open sourced, and everyone's like, this goes against the idea of open source. No, it doesn't. It's like, it kind of, you should be nice to people. And it's like, it's just in black and white. It's unenforceable, but it's like,
Yeah, basically.
yeah, it's not a big deal. Like it's startling because it's like the reason why people are like so upset and stuff like that is because it is Linux. And they're like,
I don't know. I feel like people tend to react strongly to basically anything political nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so fucking pervasive that people are just so fucking sick of it.
I would rather stab myself in the eyes than ever like do anything political ever again. And
I mean, everything's political now.
I mean, I semi enjoy talking about politics, but like,
I get out on a podium and go, everyone, I like to eat mayo with my
fucking
fries.
gay.
And everyone goes, he eats mayo with his fries? That fucking sick asshole.
Don't you know fries are a creation of the white supremacist group?
And it's eating mayo with them?
Yeah, no, hold on. No, like, if anything out of that mayonnaise should be a symbol of white supremacy. And fries are culturally appropriated from the French. So you're going to need to stop that. I'm so triggered right now. I am 1/16 French on my grandmother's side. You can't talk about fries. It's cultural appropriation. They're made from potatoes, and I'm Irish, so you're going to need to stop and give those to me. Holy shit. Guys, I just discovered something. Can I use the fact that I'm Irish to steal people's fries? Like, can I get away with that politically? You eating those potatoes is cultural appropriation because Irish invented potatoes.
Freaking.
What? No, they didn't. Are you telling me? Are you telling me that the Irish don't know their potatoes? You're a racist, sir. I'll be taking these.
Or it's like when people are attacking a pineapple on pizza. It's like, well, it's Canadian invention, so fuck off. You're hurting Canadians now, aren't you?
I mean, to be fair, if you have pineapple on pizza, you're a monster.
I mean,
it's delicious. It's pizza. You can't go wrong with it.
I like pizza. I like pineapples, but I don't like pineapple on pizza.
Oh, frick. I sometimes enjoy a
slap
pineapple
your orange
pizza.
slices on there and eat it off the floor like a fucking animal.
I will.
Who puts fucking fruit on pizza?
I mean, if it works, it
what
works.
Are you, gay?
I don't know. I like the butt stuff. I don't know.
Give me the pizza. I'll shove it up his ass.
Shove a whole pineapple up there. It's very cavernous. What the fuck are we talking? What were you? We were talking about Linux.
Fucking Linux. It always does this to us, doesn't it?
Linux is a code word for just go fucking crazy.
I mean, that is Linux in a nutshell. It's a Ferrari in 15 billion pieces.
Linux will go on forever. It's fine.
I mean, yeah.
Who the fuck cares? A company made a political statement. Okay, I don't care. As long as they're not actually
as long as they're not
make all the statements you want. As long as you're not actively fucking up your product, I don't care.
As long as you're not actively invading a small European nation and then killing its occupants.
As long as you're not oppressing the Irish, it's okay.
Why would you want to oppress the Irish?
Right? Why must you oppress the Irish though? Eating all our potatoes. It's so incredibly triggering.
I mean, potatoes are delicious.
Fuck yeah, they are.
I mean, a little olive oil.
Potatoes. Where the fuck is Alan? He was supposed to be on this podcast, and I'm talking about potatoes. This is like his cue to like crack about potatoes, and then I'll make fun of him for his stupid face. And giant buck teeth.
I think you saw the Pichu went like, I'm not needed, and then left.
Alright.
So.
What a dick.
Yeah.
He just
looked
in the chat.
What's the next topic? We're going a little.
I don't know. We're
just getting a titch off topic.
I I mean, we could talk about how Josh played Dead Cells. He sucks at it. Or we could talk about how Rory broke out of prison.
I didn't break out of prison. I'm building a prison for other people to break out of. Kind of.
What?
So I have actually two topics here, both Pathfinder related. I'll get through them fast, because I know you guys aren't super into it. But I'm planning on GMing again, which I haven't done in a little while, since the one that one campaign that I made, and I'm planning on running a pre-made called Way of the Wicked, which is a 1 to 20 adventure where you play villains trying to basically destabilize the nation so you can fucking take it over. And the campaign opens on you breaking out of jail. So I'm just going through the process of like setting that shit up right now, and I fucking love this campaign because it has a like the writers very much had a specific idea with it in that basically as a villain you can't be passive. You can't wait for stuff to drop into your lap. You have to be the force that like fucks with established order. So basically every book has like basically everything laid out in advance. And like different schedule, like okay, so for the climax of book 1, for example, is you have to basically cause this fortress that's sort of like guarding a wall to the north, a la Game of Thrones style, and make it fall. You have to kill the Lord of the Wall. You have to kill all his captains. You have to throw open the gates for like an invading bugbear army, right? And all the characters, like all the captains and all the people in the town and the lord of the castle are all laid out in advance, and their schedules are laid out, and like various events that happen in the 1 month time period your players have to make it fall are all laid out in advance. So just like things happen while your players are like going about stuff, and a lot of it they won't see until like the effects of it come to fruition. Like they can cut off certain events by running into them early, or they can just miss some events entirely. But if they, or they can just not see an event coming until something just pops out of fucking nowhere and ruins their day. It's super interesting, and I'm really excited to run it.
I just look forward to the next time Rory's on the show, and he's like, yeah, they went completely evil, like in 20 seconds, even though that's the intent of the entire thing.
Yeah, no.
And then they started singing.
The campaign setup is that you are basically a bunch of malcontents, and hence why you're in prison. And you're after escaping prison, you get embroiled in this plot where you're working for like this high priest of Asmodeus who fucking hates the country you're in because they banned the worship of Asmodeus. And it's basically run by this like incredibly pious Puritan, like lawful good king and his like order of honorable knights and the clergy of the Mitran faith, Lord of the Sun, and all those nice things. And it's basically just sickeningly sweet, and everything goes right in this country. So it's time to fuck it up. It's awesome. They super lean into like the pulp villainy aspect. You get a bunch of like monstrous minions. You have to do fucking cool ass rituals for power, and you ally with like fucking undead monsters. It's super dope. I'm really excited to run it. See how my players enjoy it. And the other thing is that's Pathfinder related is in about a week on the 25th. I mean, well, on September 25th, the Kingmaker CRPG is coming out, and I'm looking forward to it. But one thing I'm not looking forward to is the fact that it is confirmed you cannot fug Amiri. And I'm upset, because Amiri is the iconic barbarian, and she's awesome, and I wanted to fuck her, but I'm not allowed because she's an iconic. And I'm not allowed to fuck the creative director's waifu.
You wanted to give her babies.
I wanted to smash cute barbarian grill, but I'm not allowed, and I'm fucking salty about that. Don't judge me.
I'm not. I'm just sitting there saying you wanted to smash. You didn't get the chance to smash.
I wanted to smash. Did not let me smash.
Director, let me smash.
Can I smash?
Director, let me smash. Well, it's like the game devs were just not allowed to let you smash because she's like IP of like the guys who make the actual game and shit. And I'm like, damn it.
Well, they should have consulted the game devs and said you're not allowed to smash, and then the game devs could put another sexy barbarian girl with blue hair instead of whatever color hair she has.
Blue? Oh God, we don't want the Tumblr barbarians.
I mean, the Tumblr barbarians. Look, man.
This really fat female or barbarian.
Look, man, I've been very careful about what I've been saying at school because I don't want shit to happen again.
Oh well, I don't fucking go to post-secondary anymore, so I can say all the shit I want.
It's fucking great.
Man, we went to school with some crazy bitches.
Oh,
The
yeah.
definition of crazy bitch does not...
Funny thing is that I never got on their bad side, and they liked me for some reason.
Good for you.
As long as you never say anything that pisses any of them off, you'll be fine. But if you make fun of one of them for making a character with low intelligence for having a character with low intelligence, they'll accuse you of hating developmentally disabled people. Holy shit, that was a conversation.
Wait, what?
Like, bitch, what?
What?
I did get yelled at one time.
Wow.
I did get yelled at one time for calling something retarded.
Oh yeah, like ooh, don't say that
I mean,
around people who are easily triggered.
I mean, I said that on Facebook, and I didn't realize I had a bunch of whiny bitches on my Facebook.
Yeah.
I literally said I didn't call them a potato. I didn't say the word potato.
Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with potatoes, as we've discussed.
I know, but like, man, like I was like so tempted to just
I've said the word retard a couple times in front of people who get real offended by that, but like it's so fucking hypocritical, because like none of those people like they like actually do anything for retarded people ever. Like, fuck, I've volunteered to help out at like fitness places that specialize in kids with like developmental disabilities and shit. Like they haven't, but like fuck, I get called out because I hate them now. Cunts.
It's because that would require effort, Rory.
It's just moral grandstanding.
Oh yeah,
it
it
pisses
is.
me off. Everyone's a goddamn hypocrite.
Oh
I
yeah,
want
it
to
is.
stab some people.
I
won't actually stab some people. Relax.
I mean, if you did, that wouldn't.
Maybe a little.
I mean, if you stab yourself, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Okay, well now you're just being edgy.
Maybe. I'm like, I don't know. This week has been hard. It's hard. I haven't slept.
Yeah, well.
I'm also sick. So.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway, yeah, it was Pathfinder. What else we got?
What else? Oh wait, I gotta go through my
could
several
talk more
tabs.
About, we didn't actually talk about Dead Cells, did we?
Not really. I kind of talked about it last week, but
I don't really have too much to add to the conversation because I've not played it and I've only like even seen a little bit about it. But I'll say it's got a cool ass looking art style.
Oh yeah. In fact, the game, like, just to reiterate, I guess, what I kind of said before, the game is again a roguelike platformer. I would say in the gameplay style of like Castlevania, of like you have weapons, they have very dedicated movement, they have very dedicated like arcs and stuff like that, but you can get them upgraded over time if you can find it through the level. And the main story is you're basically like a dead spirit, and whenever you die, you go back to being this body, like shamble of a corpse, dead body type of thing, and you keep getting reanimated over and over. And the gimmick is that like you can't speak, so the only thing you can do is like bobble your head up and down and give the thumbs up, which everything else around you is super serious. So it's kind of this weird,
so you
like,
just got this weird little zombie who's got like slapstick, who's playing slapstick charades with everyone while they're trying to murder him.
yeah, pretty much. So everyone around you is explaining the story to you, and you can't say anything. So you just thumbs up and bobble your head up and down. So it's
That's
pretty
adorable.
good. Yeah, and like this art style is actually like super good. Like, I guess pulling more Castlevania. It's like, that like pixelated and just it's pixel art to the 10th degree, like real good pixel art, and the animation is like super well done too.
All right.
And I guess for the main gameplay loop of this game, it's so like every other roguelike, you're going through a dungeon, get a little stronger, get a little farther, and you go back to beginning again and keep doing it over and over until you hit a checkpoint, and then therefore you can go to that checkpoint over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've been doing is I've been trying to grind out the first couple levels over and over, because my first time playing through Dead Cells, I played so well that I killed the first boss.
Hey, there you go.
And yeah, and I was like, oh, I was doing pretty well. Some people say the first boss is kind of tough in the first time going, but I'm like, I guess I'm way better at video games than most people.
So fucking good at video games.
Yeah, I'm just so fucking good at video games, guys.
There's a huge dick waving around.
My giant E penis. Fucking getting through that boss was not too hard, but there's one or two points where you're like, oh, I can barely dodge through this, or oh man, I can barely jump over this.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get the ability to make route ladders, and you make these route ladders, and you can go to different levels and go, or get to higher difficulty areas than you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And because of I unlocked that so early that I realized, oh, I think I should play through the first beginning of the game a bit more, because
I'm trying to get shit pushed in. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting my shit pushed in after that part. I got this fucking make this ladder to appear. So I'm like, okay, I should probably just unlock a few things first, then try that again. Mm-hmm. So it's just a lot of like just repetition over and over.
Roguelites typically are.
Yeah, it's just the repetition of like just trying to get a bit stronger each time. Although the funny thing is when I got to that next iteration of levels, like the next chapter, there was another, like you always get the not the kind of like an inn, or at least the in between levels of like you can buy stuff, you can upgrade stuff, you can get your health back up again. Okay. And there's a guy there that will permanently increase the drop rate of better loot items.
Okay.
And it takes so much fucking souls.
Well, yeah, because that's a permanent increase across your entire file.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, oh wow, that's a lot. And I look at how many souls I had. I'm like, I'm not getting there. I'm really far away from that shit.
Progress more.
Get good, kid.
Scrub. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like I would recommend it if you're like you want to play a roguelike and you want to play kind of a challenging roguelike. And what else? Challenging, and I think there's one drawback to the game that I kind of don't like.
Okay.
Is that the amount of enemies could be on screen is kind of overwhelming to a point.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the sort of I don't want to immediately compare it to Dark Souls, but like the Souls sort of game design philosophy of just like you probably want to like lure things out and take them on one at a time.
Yeah. Pretty much
seems
that
to be common in like games that are like roguelikes as well.
Yeah.
Just like games that pride themselves on difficulty, you don't want to fight more than one thing at a time in a lot of them. Because splitting your focus makes things way harder.
Yeah. And although the one thing I've been noticing when I was playing the game is sometimes something from the edge of the screen, like it's not always outside of the edge of the screen, it's always on the edge of the screen. Something's going to fly at you and try to do damage to you. And another thing that was, I guess, on purpose design decision was when you get hit, usually you get some sort of invincibility frame so you can get back to your footing and maybe get away from the damage. Mm-hmm. This game, you get wombo comboed like real fucking hard.
That is
like
that
real.
Is interesting. You gotta be careful then.
So you got to be careful inching your way through this. Although there's a bonus door where if you're fast and brash and don't give a shit and you're real good at it, you can get these special timed doors that you kick open and you get a fuck ton of bonus for doing that. Which I can't. Yeah.
I have seen that sort of that thing mentioned specifically in the game design where just like since it's a roguelike, like it encourages you to skip past content you've already done in order to go to content that you haven't done yet with the time doors, and I think that's a really smart way to encourage that sort of behavior.
Yeah, exactly. Now I can probably do like the time door stuff, but I find like I'm whipping through it so fast that I don't have time for upgrades that you find on the way type of thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, shit. So it's either you go whip through it super fast and you get that door, or you try to find the upgrades and find that weird balance between like somehow get to the door fast, or you decide to just go, fuck it, I don't need that door anymore. Mm-hmm. And another thing about the game design is every time you find an upgrade along your way, it upgrades your weapon power and also upgrades your health. But it depends on your weapons, what they are, because there's 3 different colors: red, purple, and green, and sometimes a combination of the 2.
Okay.
And so basically it's you find an upgrade to go, cool, I can upgrade. Let's say you had 2 reds and 2 purples, and you're like, you can decide which one you want to upgrade, and depending on that upgrade, it'd be like, oh, this one is 30% to your health, but only like 5% damage to purple. But this was like 20% to red, but only like 20% to your health. So it's like this weird trade-off of like, do I want more health?
Side grades,
do I want more damage?
Okay.
Yeah, and that percentage in your health percentage thing, as you keep collecting, the upgrades keep going down. So I'm not sure what the cap is, but you just keep going and going. And it's like, oh, these percentages are low, but they're still increasing your health a little bit. Mm-hmm. So it's. I think I had a health bar that was like halfway across the screen, but I just got rocked.
Oh, my big throbbing health bar.
Oh, so girthy.
Oh, I started that joke and I immediately regretted it.
It's pulsating. Just like, ugh.
Healthy. Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, I found some cave fruit.
Cave fruit is delicious, and I need to buy that game for.
Explain that joke. Are you planning to fuck the cave fruit?
Or eat it? I don't know.
Stick my dick in this mango.
Sticking this fruit in this wall chicken. Which I was gonna say that also happens in the game, like the very stereotypical, like, oh, I found food in the wall. I
punched a candle and I got an entire chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So that type of stuff does happen. So it's dumb shit that happens in the game. The game's again serious, so it goes like, yeah, it's like this place is full of magic and it's all random, so you might get some weird shit. And of course, your main character is like, you can see his thought bubble, so he's going like, this place is so fucking shitty, weird. Like, whatever. What
did I do to deserve this? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, well, whatever. Thumbs, head bobble.
Anyways, I need to buy Dead Cells for my Switch because Switch is good.
Yeah, I would say that's recommended.
I need to get a Switch as well.
I want to get one, but Pokemon, man. I just want Pokemon.
I mean, it makes sense it makes sense, but I'm not a soy boy, so like.
Yo. Okay. Not in regards to the soy boy comment. Yo, my dudes. Okay. So you know how there was going to be a direct a little while ago, right?
Yes.
I mean, there was a direct a little while ago, but it got delayed by the earthquake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I was like 100% convinced the next Smash character to be revealed was going to be Isaac. And then fucking Japan gets rocked by an earthquake. They're like, oh no, we have to delay the direct. And they come out with it a few days later, and the Smash character they reveal at the end of it is Isabella. But her trailer was significantly less ostentatious than the previous trailers so far for Ultimate. Now, I'm not saying that they delayed the trailer because the character they revealed as Isaac and his final smash with Earthquake. But
That
Isaac confirmed for Smash. That's all I'm saying.
I want to say, if the funny thing is though,
They had to delay it because they were like, "Oh no!"
If you think Isaac is getting in before fucking Shovel Knight, I think you're wrong.
Okay, fuck no. Shovel Knight is an indie game. Like,
yeah, just as indie as fucking Isaac.
Golden Sun is it? No.
Yeah.
Golden Sun was made by Camelot during the Game Boy Advance days. It was published by Nintendo. He's been
Isaac. God damn it.
Assist trophy since fucking no, not Isaac from fucking Binding of Isaac. Isaac from Golden Sun. God. Well, damn it, the Earth Adept. Why do you think I was talking about the Earthquake? Fucking hell. God damn it, Josh, you uncultured swine.
There's so much shit in Binding of
German Pokemon.
The only solace that we have.
That's a hard dig right there. That's a fucking
my entire fucking joke.
That's a hard dig. Like, wow.
The only solace that we have
for Smash because Japan died in an earthquake. Fuck, it was really dark humor and you didn't fucking get it because you thought I was talking about the fucking naked crying baby.
I mean, to be fair, I also thought that same way, but then I kind of like clicked in midway through.
I expect you to be uncultured swine, Jeff.
I mean, I've never heard of Golden Sun until you mentioned it to me.
Okay, you disgust me.
Although it'd be cool to see a dude from Golden Sun in here.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He scored high on the on the poll. He would have an interesting move set. It makes sense. I'm not saying he was definitely going to be the next character revealed, but there's a reason the Smash Direct got delayed by a few days, and it's because Earthquake is his final fucking Smash.
Okay.
Or it's somewhere in his move set. I'm calling it now. Isaac confirmed for Smash.
Or it's just because Earthquake.
Probably more likely because of Earthquake.
Well, like in Golden, because you guys are on Uncultured Swine and haven't played Golden Sun. Golden Sun centers around like all the parties having different elemental powers, and the leader always has basically earthbending.
Okay, so basically, can I say something very quickly and stuff like that? The only solace that we have about Isabella being confirmed for Smash is that we have a really good Twitter video of somebody complaining about the.
Yeah, he's right. That dude's right.
Stop sexualizing.
Fuck. Don't fuck dogs. Do not desire to fuck dogs. I don't know how I can make this any more fucking clear.
But Rory, it's
fucking furries. Why isn't Alan on this podcast for me to yell at him? I'm fucking adding him in fucking Discord right now.
I just want to say my very 2 cents, and I'm just gonna try and play this off as a furry, even though I'm not. But Rory, Rory, it's normal to fuck dogs.
No, it's not. Under no circumstances. Shut the fuck up. You could have at least given me a joke about doggy style.
Or Red Rocket.
That was my laugh.
Alan is very confused right now. Should have joined the podcast.
Don't fuck dogs.
Alan's just so confused.
Don't fuck dogs. You're gonna have to listen back. I mean, here's my main issue with Isabella and stuff like that. They had.
God damn it! Really?
You're really sticking this out.
God, there's some bad shit in the chat right now. God.
I just want to read this. It says, to Alan, don't fuck dogs. Alan's response, what? He's probably made it way and don't at me. Should have joined the podcast, dog fucker. Alan, I got caught up in something. Rory, Isaac confirmed to Smash, don't at me. I said to go on without me. So is Isabella. It's a dumb joke. This is terrible. Okay.
Hey, all right. This is a good podcast.
Like Jesus.
This is
What?
Look,
What's so hard?
What? What? Just yelling "Don't fuck dog"? Look, I've known Alan for years. He'll recover from this.
well.
He'll be
It's
back
just
to
so
his dog
confused. It's just out of
fucking ways
nowhere.
in a month.
No context. It's like I don't get why I'm called a dog fucker.
What the fuck? For all we know, he could be inside somebody right now.
Alan?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he's responding to me calling him a dog fucker well inside someone on fucking Discord.
Vor style? Ew.
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 I don't want to talk about this anymore. You ruined it.
That was the
Oh, you're
plan.
God, freaking goddamn you, Smash, for bringing on stupid furries again.
I mean, this is the reason why people hate furries, right?
Just make Isabella trash and we'll be fine.
This is
Beat the furries into the dirt.
This is the exact reason why people hate furries.
I think it'd be so funny if Isabel ended up being tier 1.
No.
Like, so good.
I doubt it.
So good.
I doubt it.
Although I do,
She
the
doesn't
one
have
thing.
an intense run speed and a ridiculous grab range. Ergo trash.
Yeah. Well, actually, the one thing I did like about all the Twitter conversations about Isabel is the freaking contrast between Solid Snake and her, and Solid Snake having affinity with the freaking Isabel, because apparently Solid Snake was what was it in his freaking lore, he would train dogs in Alaska. So and Isabel is so sweet and sugary. Isabel's so sweet and sugary that he's like trying to train her to do bad shit, but she's doing not the bad shit whatsoever. Just all the freaking comic shit about that on Twitter was just great to read, because it's like, so what do you know the basics of CQC? And Isabel's like, compassion, quality, and and what was that third one? It was like in comfort, right? And Snake is like, yeah, that's right.
I don't know where we can go after this.
Okay, well, that was a good topic, whatever that topic was. I don't think we were even. I think we were like in between topics, and I just popped off because Isaac confirmed for Smash with the earthquake.
I mean,
Look,
Josh, how's Fight and Rage?
100%.
Yes.
Okay. How's Fight and Rage?
So let's talk about Fight and Rage, since it's also like a fighting. Well, it's a brawler actually. It's very classic brawler with new skin attached to like.
Oh yeah. I saw the best friends play this.
Yes,
a while back.
It's very, very good. I really like it, and there's a whole bunch of techniques you can do too. That like, if you like, you do the combos, like the basic stuff, and you go, okay, this feels like it's limited, but then you start realizing, wait, hold on. As long as the character's in the air, you can still punch them and kick them and shit like that. So you start stringing together your super and your combination move, and then you start
like branching storylines as well.
It does, because depending on where you go, and depending on like actually at the very beginning of the game, people tell you to leave, and if you don't, you fight them and you keep going right, thinking that's what you're supposed to do. But no, you can just go left.
You can just fuck off, yeah.
Yeah, you can just fuck off entirely and not do it. It's like, whoa, that's crazy.
That's super neat for a beat 'em up.
Oh yeah, totally. So it's like, and there's just multiple paths. And I want to say, how many is there? I want to say there's more than 10, at least more than 10. There's like a lot of story shit going on in there. Freaking the last time I played it, I kept getting my shit kicked in because I had to go up against a gauntlet just by myself, and it feels like you meant to have more than at least another person with you.
I mean, beat-em-ups are known for being pretty tough.
Yeah, pretty much. So, and another, what was it? One of the mechanics of the game is that you can get a, if you hit like jumping kick at the same time, you get a special spinning move. You get all the dudes off of you.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
and this one you have that button. You can tap it at any time to just
Yeah, and if you're out of like meter, it just takes health, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
if it's on cooldown.
Yeah, and if you're actually the meter, it's on cooldown, but I think it goes up faster if you do a multiple hit combo. So you want to do combos all the time. You want to hit the button like at the right time for doing your special spin. Yeah, it's like I got a point where I hit the gauntlet of multiple bad, like couple bosses that I've fought in before, and all of the toughest enemies I had to fight beforehand as well, to the point I was like, okay, I can get past this medium part, but once I get to the end, there's another boss that shows up, and I'm like, God damn it, how much health do I have? Half bar. How many lives do I have? None. Ugh! Like, it's just... Yeah, it's like, fuck. And this section is long, too. Like, longer than any section I've, like, played through that game as of yet, so... Frick. I want to go back to it, but I'm afraid of that section of, like, being just tough as shit again. Oh, maybe I can sucker my brother to play it with me.
I need my brother to beat the video game for me.
No, I just want him to be with me so they're not constantly targeting me all the fucking time.
I need you to be my meat shield.
Could you at least hit the button repeatedly for me? Thank you.
Just play the game for me, in fact.
I'm actually better than him in a video game sometimes.
Sometimes,
not always.
Not always. My brother, actually, man, his video game skills are a bit... He would rather play GTA and bullshit all the time other than not play anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, Fight and Rage. It's a brawler. Yeah. It looks good. And it plays very, very well. I recommend it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. That's all the topics. Is that a podcast?
No, there's one more.
Oh, shit.
What? Oh, shit.
Right, shit.
You wanted to talk about it because it's a really good thing.
Just sort of touch on it. Yeah. Because I know you guys already talked about it, but I'm... Oh, man. The salt from the Kamikaze album is fucking beautiful. And of course, Kill Shot after it is absolutely fucking delicious. He's like, like the salt coming out of like all the people who are getting dissed on is fucking my favorite part. But alternatively, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the chat right now. But there's a video of a rapper called Hopsin, or Hopsin, sorry. Bleh, I'm a little bit dyslexic. And he is like, he actually gets mentioned favorably along with like Logic and a couple other rappers, and like him reacting to him getting mentioned on Eminem's new album is so fucking adorable. He is so excited that Eminem knows his name that he immediately goes to call his mom. It's adorable. This is the best. I fucking love this album. It's doing right by the rap industry.
Like I said,
fucking love it.
Like I said, I listened to it. It's a really good album.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I mean,
songs are great. I'm really feeling Lucky You with Joyner.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite track. I'm gonna say that's my favorite track.
I like Greatest.
Yeah.
I also like The Sketch.
I'm not gonna argue that. I'm not gonna argue anyone saying that any track on that is a favorite.
No.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Josh, do you like rap though?
Not in general, no.
No problem. No harm, no foul.
Yeah. You're allowed.
Because like everyone's talking about it, I'm like, I feel like I should listen to it, and I'm like
even
man,
if you
don't have that.
Okay, you don't have to listen to it, but you should appreciate the fucking cultural value this shit has. And I mean, you obviously do, considering you're fucking hearing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, it's just to hear everyone.
So basically, like, one of the big things is that it's basically Eminem just shitting all over fucking mumble rap, which is basically all the, you've probably joked about fucking Gucci Gang, all that shit. Like, people have been like mumble rappers have been pushing out shit like that for like yonks now. Like it's a more recent trend in the rap industry, and this is just basically just shitting all over them. And other rappers have done that before, but no one as high profile as Eminem, so fucking thoroughly. It's fucking great. I love it.
I mean,
fuck mumble rap.
If you have one individual who kind of has to do it, it's Eminem.
Yeah, well, I mean, and like the fact that this is like his best track in quite a while too.
Pretty much.
Like he's back and he's fucking calling people out, just swinging, just not giving a fuck. It's great.
Actually, I gotta say, with all the hubbubaloo, he calls out Die Antwood as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that like somewhere on like an album or something?
Maybe. I'll be honest. I have not analyzed every diss out of this.
Because I want to say I think I saw Reddit post where that someone has went through and diagnosed like how many people Eminem has dissed and how and what frequency and stuff like that. And Die Antwood was in there, and I'm like, what? You mean the crazy rap group that was from South Africa? Like, why? Why do you hate them? Whatever. Like, I felt such like a weird.
He's got beef.
I guess it's like, but they're so weird. It's like, how can you pinpoint them at all?
You can't.
It's just swing, just fucking swing.
If anything, I'd be like, well, we just got a shout out. Cool. No, but he's dissing us. But it's a shout out.
Yeah, I mean, basically. I mean, like a lot of people are gonna have that reaction. It's like, man, does Eminem just shit all over us? Eminem knows who we are.
Pretty much.
This is the best day ever.
Oh, forget like this fucking video you showed. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, but I think a good chunk of them would be like,
no, he actually like Hobson actually got complimented, which is so that's even better.
Well, Hobson's probably the best one out of them all. I like some of them. Hobson puts a lot of things in perspective and stuff like that. Like one of my favorite rap songs is actually him just going like, look, man, I hate rap, but if it fits, it fits. And then he goes and attacks like a bunch of people. Like he literally attacked, like, I don't know about you, but like, have you ever encountered those people who are like, yeah, man, I'm just going to write rap, man, and it's going to be great, man? Ever?
No, not really.
Okay.
I went to game design school. There wasn't talent there. No one even thought they had talent there. Their self-esteem was too low.
I mean, that's true. No. What I mean by that is I in high school, there were a few people who thought they were great rappers and stuff like that. And I was so much better at rhyming than them. Just little things.
Well, yeah, fucking kids in high school are fucking stupid.
Yeah, pretty much nothing new. But yeah, it actually like goes into that song. I'll send it to you if you want it, if I can find it. I probably can find it. Anyways,
I can probably find it on my own.
Yeah, it's just called Search Hobson, and it's like I think it's number 5.
I've been meaning to like actually just listen to a bunch of his shit. So I'm down for that.
Okay, I think that's a podcast.
Yeah. Talked about rap and video games and
a little bit of everything else.
Mm-hmm. So, thank you everyone for listening to the Black Mind Podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday on blackmindgames.podbean.com, and you can also listen to us on any website, Podbean, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Posted everywhere. Hope everyone enjoys the show. Thank you, Rory, Josh, for joining me on this episode, and see you guys next week.
Yay!
So it's immortalized forever.
Everything's immortalized forever.
guys sound really excited. This sounds like it's going to be a great podcast.
I want to.
This is like critical levels of sass being thrown out.
Josh, critical levels of sass? Never. I mean, could always be worse. I mean,
I could get old sassy black lady on ya.
It could.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
What you talking about, baby?
What you talking about, Willis?
What are you talking about? You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. Asking for a favor.
You're bad at all these accents.
I am.
It's almost impressive.
I'm also sick, so that's my excuse.
There you go.
What's yours?
My back hurts, I guess.
Okay.
My tailbone hurts.
I'm
old. Well,
My cheeks hurt from smiling too much.
Yeah, you guys did talk about Kamikaze a bit.
A little bit.
Didn't you?
A little bit. Do you want to talk about Kamikaze? We can talk Kamikaze.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't have much to say on the album itself. I'm pretty sure you guys already covered that. Whatever your opinions on it happen to be, I think it's pretty fucking good.
I think it's good.
I love the fact that he fucking bitched out mumble rappers. Oh, it's so good.
I mean, I like how he fucking pushed down, well, it gave us kill shots. That's the good thing.
Killshot was not on Kamikaze, but Killshot was pretty great.
I mean, I didn't really do much this week. I didn't play many games or anything like that. I mainly did homework.
Right, I should probably put that. I played a bit of Mankind Divided.
I've been seeing that.
Mankind Divided. Which one's that one again?
First one, I think.
No, it's the second new one.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Dude Sex.
Do sex, yeah.
Yep, Dude Sex.
What else happened this week? I don't think it's a lot of hardware news.
Oh,
hardware.
Fucking exciting.
Hardware. Oh boy.
280 Ti's came out, which led to a meme, and then I've gotten the most upvotes I've ever gotten. A fucking meme. But hey, at least I got some stuff done.
Yay.
At least I got some Photoshop dank memeing going on. Now Rory's gonna...
That's important business.
Yeah, dank memeing. Oh, iPhones got announced. Let's bitch about Apple.
Okay, sure. Fuck Apple. I mean, let's save it for the podcast. But yes, I am down for bitching about Apple. Just in general.
All the time.
Cunts.
24/7.
Zelda's still pretty good. I don't know what else to kind of talk about. Nobody's going to talk about Spider-Man, though.
I haven't played Spider-Man.
My
brother has. He likes it.
I have a PS4, but that's totally not on my radar whatsoever. It's like, what's on your radar? I don't know. Weird shit.
Josh is Josh is a how do I say this? Josh is an indie gamer.
Yeah.
Hipster.
Yeah.
Also, except for, Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this,
yeah, I play the most.
He only plays the most indie, like underground games you can possibly imagine.
Pretty much.
Like Pokemon.
Yeah. Yep, totally.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I know there's another couple of brands of Pokemon that are like Pokemon, but not quite. And it's not quite the same thing.
I found your Pikachu.
German Pikachu.
That's perfect IV or 6 IV Pikachu right there.
Yeah. Just right. No, Josh buys Nintendo games because that's the only games Josh actually feels entitled to actually buy.
Slightly, yeah, I guess.
Because he still hasn't finished Titanfall 2.
Nope. I got through tutorial and stopped. Because I was like, oh, this game's awesome. Distracted. No, I have played like a smidgen more Dead Cells, but fuck, I did not get as far as I wanted to be in that game.
I want to get that for my Switch.
It's good. Although, but the thing is though, I got so good at that game that I completed the first boss, my first run. But then the game gives you ability of growing roots, and you can skip chunks of levels that way. So it's kind of like a shortcut thing, and that's good. That's the cool thing to you can use and skip shit. But the thing is, those later levels are really tough, and I'm still weak, and I don't have all the weapons at my disposal. So I thought I could just keep going, but no, I just couldn't do it because I was too weak and don't have all the weapons. So I just kept dying over and over, and realizing, oh, I should go back to the beginning and just grind it out a bit.
Did I talk about Way of the Wicked last time I was on the podcast or no?
Is that the Pathfinder CRPG?
No, that's the it is Pathfinder, but it's just the evil campaign that I'm planning on running.
Oh, you're gonna be evil. You're gonna be evil.
Well, no, I'm gonna run it for my Saturday group, and they're gonna be evil. I'm just gonna run the evil. I might as well talk about that. I got a couple of things to talk about with Pathfinder. I guess.
Yeah. That could be worse. I mean, you could be punching yourself in the dick. My dog's barking, so it's like, oh.
Every time I keep seeing this teaser trailer of Joker, I'm thinking like, is Batman gonna make an appearance? Is he gonna be like halfway through the film? Is there gonna be other supervillains? Is it just a Joker? It's probably just gonna be a backstory of like, oh, this is the Joker and blah blah blah. I know some other people have tried to put a backstory to the Joker.
Yeah. Well, the problem with the Joker... Well, the good thing about the Joker is the Joker technically has a backstory.
It kind of doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, basically.
The ongoing theory is that there's 3 Jokers.
What?
Yeah.
In what continuity?
Okay, so in the most recent continuity.
Oh, like current comics?
Yeah.
I got no fucking idea then.
Okay, so like you have Silver Age Joker, which is Joker who does all the wacky, goofy things and stuff like that. And then you have current Joker, who is non-McCall serial killer master.
Edgy Joker.
Yeah, edge Joker. And then you have Joker who's a mobster.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, you mean like... Oh, so like all those characters exist at the same time in the current comics, or...
All of those characters have existed.
Oh, okay.
But each of them
like,
are...
Just having, like, there's different versions of Joker in different ages. That doesn't... That... Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's... No, I thought you would, like, there was an actual plot point in, like, recent comics where there were, like, several Jokers. And I'm like, that's dumb.
I mean, that'd be weird. I think it'd be kind of like this weird idea, like they did with Spider-Man with Infinity War, or not Infinity War, the Clone Wars. And everyone knows how well that turned out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also, even though I haven't played Spider-Man, I found a video of was it different costumes you can get in the game? They're all kind of like references to like different points in time of Spider-Man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one of them was the most weirdest costume ever. It was Punk Spider-Man.
That was a pre-order bonus, I think.
But it's like I look at it and go, that wasn't a comic? And you look it up and you're like, yep.
There's like
Yep,
a
that was in a
billion
comic.
different, like, Spider-Verse, dude. There's like a million different Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. In fact, there's a new comic coming out where there's a Spider-Man who's just made out of spiders.
Yes.
Like that. In fact, I want to know everything about that character because that seems like what Spider-Man should be.
A man made of spiders.
A man made of spiders.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, you'd be super powerful because you'd be like, "Oh no, I'm gonna die. Don't worry, I'll send out a spider, and he'll live through me, and then that one spider will gain back all the other spiders and just go back to being normal again as long as one doesn't die."
There's actually a template for like evil ass spellcasters in like Pathfinder. It's kind of like Lich. You like go through a ritual and you become one. There's this creature called a worm that walks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically, instead of being a person, you can just be a person made out of worms, but you're in the shape of a person. And you can just, there's like variants, so you can be made out of locusts or spiders or whatever. So, you know, Spider-Man being like a worm that walks would be pretty dope.
That's the most D&D thing ever. Yeah, totally. Although
I had to fight one of those things. He was a cunt.
You punch and you just like the hole expands out and you're like, oh, this is not gonna work.
Yeah. Well, it was more the fact that he tried to poison all my friends to death. And me, dick.
Asshole.
I was being extra nice too.
It's like, we just want to talk.
Yeah.
Maybe we could share some info. It'd be great. Oh, nope, you're killing my friends. Great.
Good job.
He got away too, which was extra frustrating. But I murdered him later.
I was gonna say got away, and then it's like he's the mid boss for the extra boss, and you're like, die!
Yeah, like at the very end of the campaign, he showed up along with a dude we killed earlier who came back from the dead, and this giant, scary demon man who was unkillable for a little while. They all just came at us, and we kind of murdered them too.
Well, that's good.
He almost got away again, but I teleported after him and stabbed him while he was trying to get away. It's a good
Fresh
day.
murder for everyone.
I think I found a game that we should play.
Which one?
Deep Rock Galactic.
Deep Rock Galactic?
And I found a bullet hell for you, Josh.
I'm not really good at bullet hells, but I don't know.
Should we just sync, and then when Alan comes in, then we'll do the fucking thing?
If you want, sure. I don't know. It's your fucking podcast, dude.
All right. Josh.
Yep.
Okay. Sync in 3, 2, 1.